Fortunately enough, this age we live in, there is a gazillion apps that you can get. Some are free, some are paid, some are industry specific. You as the business owner, you know your business better than anyone. So you need to pick based on three things if you take my advice. One is the security, because whatever platform you'll be using, you're gonna expose your financial data to it. So are you happy with the security of it? Two, is it cloud? We live in an age where you don't want your accountant, if you have one, or if you're DIYing it yourself, you don't want to have to be spending late nights reconciling, downloading bank statements, converting. It is not worth it. It really takes time. You should be spending time analyzing the results, picking up the patterns, looking at where the gaps are. So first, get yourself a cloud-based, something as simple as it can be on your cell phone, it can be on your tablet, you can download it on your laptop, access it from anywhere in the world. It connects directly to your bank, so it gives you real-time information. And I mean, from there, top of the list, you'd have your Sage, Xero, QuickBooks. Those are just the popular ones. And again, if you have employees, get a platform. That investment you do for the peace of mind is worth everything. It'll do your calculation, monitor your VAT. Some of them even directly integrate to SARS to help you with that stress. But get yourself a platform that has proper security, integrates directly to your bank account, and you can access it from anywhere in the world. That way, you are empowered. Even if you have a slight delay at an airport, you can quickly check, how am I looking? Because it's a habit. You need to get into the habit of regularly monitoring what is happening in the business, because then that's where you're going to start identifying the gaps. Where can I close the gaps? Where should I be closing the tabs that are causing leakages? When we started, I said financial reporting is a language. So now banks, investors, PE, private equity firms, venture capitalists, all these fancy words and Series A funding, all they need to do is you talking their language, making sure you focus on the things they want to know, telling that story, writing that journey. Because I can tell you for free, no investor is aloof of a clear business. There's no business that will make 200% profit every year sustainably, unless if it's something illegal. However, if it's a legitimate business, an investor is expecting to see your weaknesses in that proposal. They're expecting to see where your threats are in that proposal. However, if you communicate a story that says, at the end of the day, we win, and this is what, in your key, so how are you performing? So you see, at this point in time, we're not even touching on the numbers. We're just saying, how do I assess performance in this business? In my business, performance looks like this. Then you will show your sales numbers. If it's in the number of people that are walking into your store, you will show the number of walk-ins. That I have 800 people, 850 next month, 900 people, and so on. But you need to really articulate that story to say, financially, I'm performing like this. From an expense perspective, this is my honest view of it. From liabilities, these are the people I owe. From an asset, these are the things I actually owe. And keep in mind, ownership does not necessarily mean that it's yours. Sometimes it can be a right to something. And that is one type of ownership we really take for granted, that the investor wants to see that okay, cool, you might not have a house, you might not necessarily have land, but what do you have right to? And a lot of us are sitting with intellectual property, but because we don't account for it, we don't put it in our story to say, hey guys, I hear what you're saying, but I've developed this amazing way of doing this particular business in this particular way. And those are the things an investor wants to see from the business. Then the second part, again, where we neglect, is telling your personal financial story. Keep in mind, a lot of us that are starting businesses, we started by funding these businesses, right? So we had to put skin in the game. So explain that story, that it started with me as an angel investor. Because again, as an investor, I feel a lot more comfortable knowing that the person that's asking me for, let's say, 100 million has already lost 5 million of his own money trying to do this, rather than if he has never taken any risk. I'm like, okay, so why should I? So explain that sweat equity you put in, the salaries you had forgone. You left a fancy job to take this title. Now in this business where you are master of all, but no one is really paying you that market value. The times where you had to take out of your family savings to make sure you cover the salaries, that is a loan technically that you need to report to say this business actually owes me that. And these are the things any rational investor expects to see in an investee. Any bank considers when they are borrowing money. And when you're going to markets, this is the story that you need to really articulate and make sure you get people that are professionals, tint as help you present it to your investors and funders.